Hey there, I am Leonard Oliver, and as you can see from the beginning of this, I like to do things and make them fun. As a teacher, that's one of the things I do also. I find that if a kid is laughing and enjoying what they're doing, they're more motivated to learn. And as a result, I started mine off to draw attention to the fact that learning should be fun. I'm a teacher of over 22 years. I have taught in Fort McMurray, I've taught in Manitoba, I've taught in Lloydminster, taught in Anzac, Canuso, and presently I'm in Slave Lake, Alberta. I've always had a love for technology ever since I bought my first Coco 2 when I was about 10 or 11. And at that time, it was secondhand, but my parents paid $20 for it at a yard sale, and probably would have been the equivalent of $100, maybe $200 nowadays. Um, Even though I teach coding, I'll tell you the truth, I've had very little training. I did C Basic in university. I've taught myself HTML and some HTML5. I've taught myself some brick programming for Lego, how to use Scratch. But overall, I'm coding without a license in a way. So I would like to do more on coding.
It doesn't.
So, as I had said earlier, one of my weaknesses is the fact that I have never really been trained in coding. For example, I had HTML5 that I did under my belt a while ago. Still not the strongest at it, but I started off with a dead language now, and I really want to attend the Teacher Symposium to learn more about programming, to learn more about all of the scientific technologies that I can implement in a grade 5 or in an elementary classroom and pass that on to my peers. Living in a smaller community, we don't have as many tech clubs, and there's a lot more sports. So any programs that involve learning about coding, learning about 3D programming, video editing, anything that deals with robotics, all of those things are areas of interest that I want to bring into the schools. Schools are really into sports, but not all of our kids are sport-minded. By giving me the training to do these things, I hope to hit those students who are more academic when it comes to their free time. Just to let you know, I do start off every year talking about digital safety. I have a small mini workshop I do with kids in my classroom before they're even allowed to touch a computer. And I have shared that with other teachers in the past if they asked. I do use a lot of digital media and coding as projects for students, especially in math, health, science, social studies. It can be very rewarding for certain individuals, especially those who are technophiles and loving the use of technology. As I'm talking to you about this, my kids in the classroom today are working on a Scratch program to teach the relationship in food chains. I could include some pictures of that if you guys are interested in seeing it. I do know I've created a video to help them along with it. So how I'm going to be using my digital literacy and coding concepts to help the kids is by teaching them these general skills, such as how to code, how to use some of this technology. We can at least allow them to adapt in the near future. Odds are that the activities that I'm going to be teaching them in 10, 15 years are going to be old tech. However, the tools to analyze and use them pretty much are going to be the same. As a result, I'm using today's technology to be able to educate kids to use things that haven't even existed yet. But those problem-solving skills do still exist, and being able to see how to integrate and see these if-then statements are the basic concepts of computers. I do believe that from you guys, some of the support I will get is mentorship, having to talk to people in order to find where I can get material, how I can best use it, uh, to keep me on track, also to ensure that the material that I am using is appropriate. Um, as an educator, I am getting towards the end of my career at 22 years. However, I'm not ready to give up on technology and education. It's one of the reasons why I still love teaching, playing with this new tech, getting the kids involved with it, and ensuring that the kids have all of the access that they need in order to be more confident in a world with technology. By using this stuff, they will be able to leave the schools in years from now and be able to interact in their community. They'll be able to use things such as Canva, SketchUp, such as basic coding skills in order to integrate into society, having the skills necessary in order to be contributing. One of the proposals that I would like to do is to create a art program that's centered around technology. The last few years, I have been doing that. Luckily, the principals have been allowing me to do that. Especially with COVID, it was very, very helpful, especially with kids at homeschooling. Since COVID has ended, we've been getting back into looking at Spiros. We've got a robotics club with Legos right here, right now. And I would love to be able to add to those some of the RoboZen programs and RoboZen robots for grade 6. These are self-built robots, and these robots will allow the students to be able to program and be able to do things to the next level. What I would like to get out of being a part of this program is the qualifications, to be able to say, this is what I have. The mentorship, people who have been learning code and can help me debug things. I'm also looking towards possibility of materials, things that I don't have access to or have asked for in the past, but they're a little too pricey. So hopefully this proposal gets through to you guys. Hopefully the humor at the beginning of it is not looked at as me not being serious enough about it. But if you are going to learn something, why not enjoy it? If you are going to do something, why not make people smile when you're doing it? If it draws attention to you, it worked. If it doesn't, I guess the experiment is a success in a way. I'll just keep going on and doing what I am, and somebody else will benefit from your tutelage.